God allows disappointments in order to redirect us from wrong paths so that we will not follow wrong paths. I gave us an assignment last week that we should read the story of one man. What is the name of that man? Christopher Evans. This man was sentenced into 25 years imprisonment. That was in 2011. And what happened? His path was rough. What was he doing? He was involved, he took wrong decisions early in life. So he was involved in all manners of, vices, drinking and all those things. And he was sentenced because he murdered someone. Christopher Heaven never had time. He used his time doing all those social vices. He murdered and was sentenced to death. So, to prison, 25 imprisonment. So, in the prison, a cellmate left a master's book, textbook. After some time, there was someone that he hated mathematics with perfect hatred. But after some time, because he was bored and there was no other time for him to do all those social vices, drugs and all those things, he concentrated and began to read the master's book for the very first time in his life. Because God gained his time and he was able to use his time aright for the very first time. He was able to understand, or if he found mathematics fascinating for the very first time. There was someone that dropped out, so he started reading it. So after some time, when he has developed interest, he started writing letters outside the prison that they should please send more master's books to him to study. When you are down, so many people will run away from you. And that was what happened to Christopher Evans, because he started solving some problems. There were times he needed more problems to solve, and he sent letters out. So many people rejected him. Someone that has been condemned, prisoner, 25 years in prison, a murderer. No. Except one man called Umberto Cerruti. He was a professor at the University of Turin in Italy. So he just responded, sent more textbooks to him, and this man began to read more mathematics textbooks. The ones he could not solve, he sent letter, and the man was able to put him through, and he sent additional problems to him. He started solving the problems. Do you know, for the very first time, this man was able to make a remarkable contribution, a prisoner, a dropout to the field of mathematics. And a problem that had been there, that had been given, PhD students, scholars, problem for the past 2,000 years, he was able to make a remarkable contribution. A dropout, someone that hated mathematics, but because he devoted time for the very first time in his life, and because of that, the research now is known worldwide. All scholars, PhD students, they were reading from his own research because he made a remarkable contribution. And a prisoner was able to write paper. You know what they mean by paper? Scholars, he was able to write paper in the field of mathematics, and is well celebrated. And now he has encouraged so many prisoners in the cell now that your past will not determine your future. Whatever you have gone through in the past will not determine your future. And now he has become a renowned person, a popular person, a great person in the field of mathematics, even without going to school. PhD students are learning from him. And he was sentenced in 2021 and is billed to go out when? 2036. He has, created his own foundation in the prison. Tell me, if he was outside, will he have been able to do that? Will he have been able to do that? Will he have been able to do that? He wouldn't have been able to do that. Even his destiny or his mind wouldn't have been unlocked. There is no dull person. There is no dull person. He had a brilliant mind, but he was dissipating his energy negatively, going into drugs, killing people, and involved in all social vices that you can name. But because God gained his time, he went through the hard part. I told you last week that alignment can become painful before it becomes what? Purposeful. His own was very painful, but if he interpreted it wrongly, he will have missed it for life. God gained his attention. God gained his time. For the first time, he devoted his time to something that is fruitful. And look at the result. He has become a well-known, a renowned mathematician, even in prison. That feat, he wouldn't have recorded it if he was outside the prison. But God needed to gain his attention. And there are so many people here today that God needs to gain your attention so that you can do something tangible. Very soon we'll discuss about time, the great resource that God has given every one of us. Praise the name of the Lord. And I pray for everyone here whose life is being wasted. The Lord will gain your attention in the mighty name of Jesus. There's nobody that is dull. A brilliant mind, and he was discovered in the prison. Wherever you are this morning, God will discover you. I said, God will discover you.